three-peat, I should call it, whether you're going to three-peat at the Glen. But basically, can you tell your fans what the most challenging part is, even for somebody who's good like you, who has won there, about racing at the Glen?
Yeah, I think the most challenging part about Watkins Glen is passing. You know, it's a racetrack that has a lot of grip, and you know, you kind of get in a rhythm, and there's just not a lot of passing zones. It seems like a lot of the heavy braking zones are after some fast straightaways or the S's, which are, you know, really aero dependent. And if you have clean air, you can certainly get through that section faster than you would, you know, if you were directly behind somebody, and that leads to an opportunity in the bus stop, but it's just hard to get close. So I think passing to me is kind of the first thing that comes to mind. So track position's huge, positioning yourself well, you know, for that second to last run, last pit stop, and then obviously the last run of the race.
And then how much time do you spend in the sim?
Not a ton. You know, I think for us, we look back at prior races and the things that we've developed and worked on. You know, we had a test up there like in pretty early on for me, like 2016 or so. Yeah, I think it was my first year. So, you know, it's days like that I look at more so than I do at the sim, and just how we've built on that from race to race, and how we've improved, you know, in real life, which I feel like is way more important.
Thanks for your time. Have fun up at the Glen. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
All right. Our next question is going to come from Olivia. Go ahead, Olivia.
Hi, Chase. Thank you so much for joining us. I was just wondering, what is it about road courses that seems to come so naturally to you? Both of your wins this year are at road courses, and of course, WGI, you're a two-time champ there.
Yeah, again, I wish I knew. I really don't feel like I do anything spectacularly special or very different at those places. But you know, again, we've had a good package as a company. You know, the 9 team now used to be the 24 team. You know, Jeff had a lot of success on road courses. Alan has a great understanding and a little history with road racing too, prior to NASCAR. So I just feel like we've focused on things that matter, and we've developed a good package. But, you know, look, as I always say, it's, you know, things are evolving and changing as time goes, and we've got to continue to push and be better too. So we know our competition is, and we'll, you know, give it our best shot and see where we stack up this weekend, just like always.
Thank you.
Okay, our next question will go to Jordan Bianchi. Go ahead, Jordan.
Hey, Chase. One of the, I guess, traditions at Watkins Glen is there's a fan who sunburns the number 9 in his chest. You've had a couple interactions with him. Wondering if you could kind of talk about that a little bit and your reflections. Yeah,
just a passionate fan, which I think is amazing. Got to see him a couple times. I specifically remember seeing him after our first win up there a few years ago. So yeah, just, I mean, what else can you say? The guy is committed. I'm not sure we could ask for anything more. So, you know, the fans up there have been awesome. You know, that will forever be a special place to me, whether we ever run good there again or not. I mean, that, you know, your first of anything is special, and you know, especially that first cup win for me. So, you know, yeah, Watkins Glen will always hold a special spot, and certainly that gentleman for his passion and commitment to you know, not just wear a t-shirt, but you know, he reps the 9 for free, which is cool.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to take our next question from, let's see here. We'll go to Andy. Andy, go ahead with your question.
Hi, Chase. Thank you so much. This is Andy Balnowski from WETN NBC. I still remember that first win you had, the Cup Series at Watkins Glen. We actually interviewed you prior to the race, that we were hoping were somewhat of a, I guess, a small good luck thing for it. But wanted to ask you, how much has your life changed since that first Cup win, and he came back the next year, win it again, and hopefully a three-peat this weekend. How much has it changed? And like you kind of hit it right there, that this track has a special place in your heart.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I'm not sure my life has really changed a lot since that first win. A lot of things have happened, obviously, since then. From a professional standpoint, I feel like I've been a better race car driver since then. I think I've developed. I would like to think I've developed off the track too, and growing up like anybody would as you progress through your 20s. So certainly, I think things have changed. I think I've developed. I think I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot of lessons since then. But I'm not sure my life, my day-to-day life is a ton different. Still surrounded by a good family and friends, and at the end of the day, that's what's important. And I'm not sure that has changed, which I think is a good thing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, our next question is going to come from Woody Kane. Go ahead, Woody.
Hey, Chase, appreciate your time. Back-to-back road courses. I was just wanting to look ahead a week and get your thoughts on the Indy road course. You ran well last year at the big track, but what do you think about that road course as it compares specifically to some of the other ones that have infield road courses?
Did we? I don't remember ever running good at the I wouldn't call it an oval.
You led a good bit.
Oh, well, hey, apparently I tried to block that one out because I don't really remember doing good up there. But yeah, that road course to me is not going to be your average infield road course. I mean, that place was the host of an F1 event, many IndyCar events, over the years, and obviously Xfinity last year. So, it was laid out probably more like a traditional road course, a place that was kind of made for it, has a little more flow to it than some of the infield tracks that we see, like the Roval. I mean, a lot of these tracks have infield tracks. We just might not go to them, but yeah, so I think it'll be more like a normal road course, more so than the Roval. But it doesn't, one thing about those type of tracks is they don't have any elevation really. And that to me is kind of what makes them different. Charlotte has a little more elevation and up and down than you might think, but watching that race last year, the thing that stood out to me the most was just, it's super flat. There's really nothing, there's really no up and down to it. So I think that could, be a little different than the norm.
Great. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, our next question is going to come from John with AP. Go ahead, John.
Hey, Chase, since everybody's talking about a three-peat, what are your thoughts of a three-peat?
Just excited to be going back. I'm looking forward to the challenge. Every time you go to the track it's always going to be tough. As I've said many times before, past success doesn't equal future success. And I don't think that's any different this weekend. So I anticipate everybody else will be better than they were last time we were up there. And we need to make sure we match it and try to do match it and then some to have another shot.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, our next question will come from Daniel McFadden. Go ahead, Daniel.
Hey, Chase. You're the first Cup driver to have the dual title of defending Cup champion and reigning most popular driver since your dad back in 1989. I was wondering, does having those dual roles at the same time, does that come with any added pressure or sense of responsibility with those and what you do with the clout that comes with?
I don't think so. I feel the most important things are just the folks in your inner circle, and while I'm appreciative of the fans and the things that they've done for me and the opportunities they've given me, the support they've shown, that's not me downgrading that or not appreciating it. But, I put a lot of emphasis on the folks that directly surround me, that have an impact on either my day-to-day life or our performance at the racetrack on the weekend. And, the outside opinions beyond that are just, they're just irrelevant, really, and at the end of the day, if it's not going to make us go faster or make my life at home better, then it really doesn't deserve any attention. And that's just kind of how I viewed it. And as I've grown and gone along this journey, the more and more I realize how true that is. And, I think the more you realize how true that is, the more, or just the less you care about everybody else's opinion. And that's just continued to prove true.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay. Our next question is going to come from Nathan Solomon. Go ahead, Nathan.
Hey, Chase, thanks for your time this afternoon. You're just one road course win away from tying Tony Stewart, second all time in road course wins. And with your success at Watkins Glen in the past and the opportunity to win this race 3 times in a row, how much added pressure is there going into Sunday's race?
Same answer. There's not. I think for me, it's it's a great honor to be even on the same page as Tony or Jeff. I mean, whether we can ever get there or not, to even be in the same sentence or, like I said, on the same page, I think is very cool. So for me, that's not going to play a role in how I wake up Sunday morning or how I prepare for this weekend or how we go about a race. So again, if it's not going to make us go faster, I really don't care about it. And me worrying about the stat sheet is not going to do that. So while I appreciate it and I think it's a very cool achievement, it's not at the forefront of my focus.
Thank you.
All right. Our next question will come from Aaron England. Go ahead, Aaron.
Thank you. Thanks, Chase. Aaron England, racingrefresh.com. Chase, prior to your Cup success that's all over the media in the road course racing, you did have a win in the Truck Series and in the Canon West. Did you anticipate success at the Cup level at those times in your career, or did you have other tracks that you were focused on?
No, I wouldn't say so. I mean, I've always kind of taken it week by week, but no, I didn't think just because we won a truck race and won a K&N race at a road course that certainly our first win would be there. I felt like it was kind of random, really. I'm not really sure why that's been, but it's it's been fun and we're proud of our accomplishments, but we also are hungry for more, and we'll try to do that this weekend.
Thanks for your time. Take care.
You too.
All right. Our next question is going to come from, is it Tino?
Yep, that's correct.
Okay, awesome. Go ahead.
Thank you. So, hey, Chase, Tino Patino here from 88.7 FM New York. This past week in the Olympics, we saw gymnast Simone Biles pull out of some events due to her mental health. As defending champion and most popular driver like yourself, can you describe to me how important mental health is for you?
Well, I think mental health is important for everybody, and I think you have to respect that. Being in a good place mentally is key to success in all walks of life, I feel like. So I support that. I think everybody should be sharp, in their head and make sure their head's in the right place. So I support it. I think it's I think it's vital to being happy and doing a good job professionally. So, that's a key element in doing that. So it should matter. And it should matter.
Thank you.
All right. Our next question is going to come from Marty. Go ahead, Marty.
All right. Thanks, Amanda. Chase, good to talk with you, and we're looking forward to seeing you back in Watkins Glen this season. Your main opponent in the past 2 road course races here at the Glen, I should say, has been Truex. He's shown recent success at road courses this year. Combine the fact that, he's been in contention to win at Watkins Glen every year since 2016. What do you have, whether it be maybe you driving or crew-wise maybe, compared to Truex that you've seen as an advantage these past couple of years?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Martin's a great road racer. I mean, we've seen that throughout his entire career. He's had a lot of success. I've enjoyed racing against him the last couple of years up there, but I'm not sure. Last year or the last time we went, I guess 2 years ago, I felt like he was every bit as good as us, if not probably better. I think if he had ever got the lead from me, I don't feel like we would have been able to get him back And typically when a guy stays that close to you for that amount of time, they're typically faster than you are. So, we know that. I knew that then. But we ran a good race and stayed mistake free and was able to hold him off. So that being said, I know we have to be better to go back up there and challenge again. And we'll see how it plays out. But yeah, I don't really know, I guess, the correct answer to your question, but yeah, Martin's very good, always has been, and I don't expect this weekend to be any different.
Just a quick follow-up. Do you see with, obviously we're going back to 750 horses and low downforce, maybe possibly more passing, and he could challenge you possibly more?
Man, I don't know. I feel like we as drivers are pushed to the limit of the grip that we have in the tire and in the car. So, whether that's with 550 horsepower or 750 or 1,000 or 250, I feel like we're always going to find that limit. And behind the wheel, if you're living kind of on that edge and finding the limits of what you have to work with grip wise, that's all you got. That's it. So we're always going to find that, or at least the guys that run up front on any given weekend have found it better than others, or hit their balance right or whatever. So we'll see. I'm not sure what the weekend will bring, but I'll find out right alongside you.
All right. Thank you. Good luck this weekend, Chase.
You bet.
All right. We're going to take our next question from Bob Pockris. Go ahead, Bob.
Yeah, Chase, at Sonoma, you hadn't raced there a year before, and then you also didn't have the high horsepower for a few years, kind of like going into the Glen. Was there anything that you learned, I guess, from going to Sonoma with those differences that you can apply to the Glen in the sense of not having raced there for a couple of years and also not having that package for really 3 years?
Yeah, great question again. Honestly, like going back to Sonoma, I don't know if it was just because we had a year in between. But man, like if you had asked me then if I felt any different than the last time we raced there, I would have said no. It just kind of felt like the same racetrack. To me, it was just the same Sonoma. So I'm sure it'll be a little different. I'm sure you might see a little small changes, but I just don't see it changing the overall complexion of the event. And again, like I said a second ago, I think, we always kind of find that edge of what's available grip wise. And, if you have more downforce, you might go a little faster, but you're still on the edge of what you have to work with. And if you have a little less downforce, and you might go a little slower, but we're still going to be on the edge of what we have to work with. So I don't really see it being a ton different.
Thank you.
All right. Our next question is going to come from Lee Spencer. Go ahead, Lee.
Thank you. And thanks for joining us, Chase. Just curious, I saw you're going to run the BC 39. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Did you ever meet Brian Clausen? And, if so, do you have any anecdotes about him?
I never had the pleasure of meeting him. Always admired his racing. I feel like he was one of those guys, just, a true racer, which I feel like we can all appreciate. A lot of success. I didn't really start following the dirt, midget and sprint car racing. I really didn't become a big fan of it and didn't know enough about it until probably not too terribly long before his accident. So although I'd obviously heard the name and knew of his success, I didn't have a chance to meet him and never had a chance to race against him either.
And how much do you think that you have picked up in the short time that you've tried to maneuver a midget?
I think I've learned a lot for sure. I felt like, running through the winter, and then the best I felt was down at Ocala when I ran there during speed weeks. I felt like everything was kind of coming together for me. I was finally able to make some lap time and make some pace. And I felt like I was getting a lot of the good out of the car, not all of it, but I felt like I was getting more out of it than I had been doing and just putting consistent laps together. And then, we had kind of a rough couple nights there, got rained out there in Kansas and had a rough night there in Oklahoma. But there in hot laps there before we had our mishap, I felt like I had kind of got out of the rhythm, and I felt like I was relearning again. So I feel like I just need to do it more. The encouraging thing for me is I was, like I said, down during speed weeks. I felt like I had pieced some of it together, and I was feeling like I was making gains. But I just haven't done it enough since to really continue that rhythm and get where I need to be. So I'm going to stick with it though, and try to keep learning. I've enjoyed the challenge of it. It doesn't hurt my feelings to go and get my butt kicked, and I'm fine with that. I'm fine with doing what I need to do my part and learn. So that's where I'm at with it. And I've been having fun. I really have. So look forward to doing more.
And just on background real quick, who are you running for and what number? And is Napa going to be the sponsor?
A-Shock's actually going to be on the car up there. Napa's on the car this weekend at Watkins Glen on the Cup side. And then A-Shock will be on the Midget. They're at the BC 39. Paul May Motorsports is who I'm running for. He does a lot of work for Chase Briscoe and his Midget racing. And I think Chase is also running that event too. So be good to have him there and kind of lean on a little bit too. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Super. Really appreciate your time. Good luck this weekend.
Yep.
All right. Well, Chase, thank you so much for spending time with us and honestly spending a little bit of extra time with us as we try to get to as many questions as we can before this weekend's events in Watkins Glen. We wish you the best of luck this weekend.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks, guys.